Hey, what's up, guys? Future me. Want to say, before this video starts, this is a PC user reviews PS4. Now, when this video starts, I will make it sound like this was going to be the, basically console peasant tries PC for a year, but reverse. No, this is totally different. It just changed as I was talking. It basically just turned out to be a PC guy reviewing a PS4 Pro. So yeah, that's all I gotta say, and enjoy. So I had a video idea that is similar to my most successful video, Console Peasant Tries PC for a Year. And I thought, what if I make a video that is similar to that, but I reverse it? That is exactly what I'm doing. So, PC user, what do I call this, tries to be a console peasant for 3 months. Not gonna do a year because I just got my PS4 Pro and I want to do a review of it. So this is kind of a review of the PS4 Pro. So yeah, around that time after making that video, I was loving the PC. Like every day, I was just loving it more and more than my console, my PS4. So yeah, I had that reality. I was like, what is the point of having a console if my PC can do it the same thing but better? So yeah, at that year when I was making that video, I was barely touching my console. The only time I play it is for the exclusive. I only play Uncharted 4 multiplayer and The Last of Us multiplayer. But then at January something, don't really know the exact date, PS4 broke. Alright, it didn't broke, but it was not functioning well. It was overheating very quickly, but somehow I fixed it. But then, at that process, when I was fixing it, I broke something else. Don't really know. It was something to do with the Blu-ray disc. I somehow, I guess I broke it or, disabled it or something. It wasn't working. So, yeah, PS4 broke. And I had to get another one. Now, there were a few reasons why I got a PS4 Pro. One of them, it was for my family. They have no other way to play the latest modern game. They could pull up the 360 and PS3, but they want to play the latest game. So, got it for them for that one reason. The second reason, I want a PS4 Pro, not the regular just PS4. I wanted the Pro because, I wanted to play HDR 4K games. Now, I don't have a 4K TV, but eventually I will. But for now, I have a 4K TV, not HDR, but I do have a few families that are living in New York. They have 4K HDR TVs, so I could try there. And the third reason, God of War was coming. So I was like, God damn, I gotta buy a PS4 before God of War comes out. Fourth reason, I have so many PS4 games, like I haven't even beat them. So I want to beat them and play them. So yeah, that's why I bought a PS4 Pro. Alright, so I bought the PS4 Pro. My first thing I gotta do was transfer all of my data that was in the PS4 to the PS4 Pro. Alright, so my PS4, it was working, like you could actually play games on it, but you couldn't go online or do updates or anything. You can only play the games and that's it. Now, I tried transferring the data with the Ethernet plug. Didn't work for some reason. I don't know why it didn't work, but it just didn't work because, the Blu-ray player, it was saying it's broken, so it couldn't do it. So I had to get my flash drive and transfer everything through the PS4 Pro. And it took forever, not because, the transferring data, it was that slow, but it took me a while to finally realize, oh, I could do this than doing everything else. It took the entire day, so yeah, my day was just horrible. But yeah, I was able to play games in my PS4 with all of my save file. So in whatever game it was, I was back where I left off. Alright, so turned on my PS4, played it. The first thing I noticed, I don't know what the first game was, but the graphics, they're pretty good, but the anti-aliases in these games is just really bad. I'd be looking at the graphics, I'm like, wow, this looks pretty good. And then far away, there's like jaggy lines, like, that's disgusting. And also the frame rate. In this computer, what I have, I do 60 sometimes, most of the time 40 or 50. In this console, it's a solid 30, and it's stable. Now, I thought if I get the PS4 Pro, maybe I'll get a better frame rate. Nah, that's not the case. And for some games, it is the case, if you put boost mode or sometimes they have a patch that will, boost the performance on some games. Dark Souls 3, it has a good performance in PS4 Pro. Can't really think of another game. They say Overwatch will boost the frame rate, but I checked. It looked the same. It looked the same if you have the normal PlayStation, the PlayStation Slim, or something like that. So it's like the performance didn't even increase. It looks like the same. Now, one of the games that I tried, Fallout. Before I had the PS4 Pro, I had a lot of FPS drops, and mainly it's because of my robot. Now, when I tried it in my PS4 Pro, it's back to a solid 30 frames per second. So it's pretty good. If you're having the same problem like me, you have like heavy FPS drops in Fallout, this will boost it up and make it more stable. Now, another game that will get boosted if you have a PS4 Pro, God of War. God of War is so unplayable if you put it in resolution mode. Oh my god, it's just disgusting. It's unplayable. I can't even play it. But thank God I have a PS4 Pro, and I switched that to performance mode, and man, performance mode is just, it's amazing. Like, I can't imagine me playing in resolution mode. Oh my god, that's just disgusting. Now, would I recommend a PS4 Pro to a person who has a 1080p TV and is not expected to buy anytime soon a 4K HDR TV? No, I don't recommend it. Now, if you do find a PS4 Pro on sale, and you already know the circumstance, all right? You don't have a 4K TV, but you do want more performance on a certain games that you know that has the patches for that, then yeah, go get it. Because for me, buying a PS4 Pro just so I can have God of War, running at better performance, yeah, it's worth it. But now, here's another scenario. If you're a PC user and you want to buy a console because, you want to play Spider-Man or God of War, no, I don't recommend. Especially PC users who see performance first and they're like, oh my fucking god, I can't play this game. This is 30 frames. Like, this is unplayable. Yeah, I don't recommend it. So now, let's talk about the 4K HDR. Is the hype real? Is it worth buying a PS4 Pro just so I can play my games in 4K HDR? And I gotta say, yeah, in some games. Because the majority of the games run on 30 frames 4K HDR. So yeah, like I said, if you're a PC user, yeah, I don't recommend this. Just buy a stronger GPU. And like I said, God of War has a disgusting performance if you don't put in performance mode. So yeah, you'll be playing God of War in 4K HDR, but it's a slideshow. It's like, oh, these look like sharp pictures, but only getting one picture per second. I don't know why God of War's frame rate looks disgusting. Like, Digital Foundry, they said the game is running 30 frames, but in other 30 frames per second game, they look better than God of War. Like Uncharted 4, Horizon Zero Dawn. Like, they look better. They run better than God of War. I don't know why God of War just looks much lower. But yeah, God of War in 4K HDR, yeah, it looks pretty, but the FPS is just bad. Now, other games like Horizon Zero Dawn, Uncharted 4, and The Last of Us, oh my god, they look beautiful, especially Last of Us. Now, Last of Us, the graphics are like last gen, but with that 60 frames, it looks amazing. Now, I'm not saying that God of War looks like shit in 4K. It's just the frame rate that makes it look bad. It's just, God of War already looks good in 1080p, so when you put in performance mode HDR, it looks great. And that's the thing. I thought the most noticeable thing in the TV will be the 4K, not the HDR. I was wrong. Like, 4K, sometimes in some games, you're just like, isn't it 4K? Is it not? But HDR, you'll notice it's HDR. Like, holy shit, the colors just pop in this TV. Now, I'm not saying that 4K is bad. It's just, not noticeable at first glance. The combination of both HDR and 4K look amazing. It's just the first thing you'll notice in the TV will be the HDR. The colors. Now, I haven't recorded any 4K HDR, video because I don't have like a recording system that could record 4K HDR. But, my opinion, they look good. The games I tried were Uncharted 4, Horizon Zero Dawn, Hellblade, God of War, Far Cry 5, Shadow of Colossus, and Hitman and The Last of Us. So yeah, tried it all into 4K HDR, PS4 Pro, and the best one, I gotta say, was Hellblade. Hellblade is a must if you own a 4K HDR TV and a PS4 Pro. Like, the graphics just are beautiful. Like, most of the time the game gets dark, and what the HDR will do is make the dark look more visible. So yeah, this game takes advantage of the HDR, so yeah, this game just looks beautiful. So yeah, this game just looks beautiful graphic-wise, resolution-wise, and frame-wise, because this game runs on 4K HDR 60 frames per second. So that's why I'm saying, like, this game is just beautiful. It has 4K, it has 60 frames, and it has HDR. So, like, and the graphics just look great. So yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, if you have a 4K HDR TV and a PS4 Pro, I recommend buying this game if you want to see, like, the best looking game. Now, the second game that uses 4K HDR beautifully, Horizon Zero Dawn. Like, Horizon Zero Dawn during the day is just beautiful. Like, since the game is already colorful, the HDR just helps it. Like, it just looks beautiful. That's all I gotta say about Horizon Zero Dawn. And now, the third game that uses 4K HDR very well, Far Cry 5. Far Cry 5 looks beautiful. Like, most of the graphics look great, but the HDR and 4K just makes it look a little bit more realistic, too realistic. Like, when I'm not moving, I just look at the screen and I'm like, holy shit, is this actually a picture of outside? Environment-wise, like, the game looks beautiful, too realistic. But, you know, model-wise, it's like, oh, you look at a human, it's like, yeah, that's a game. And now, the last one, the fourth one, God of War. God of War, the game already looks beautiful in 1080p, but I don't like playing this game in resolution mode. Like, I don't like playing this game in 4K because when you're playing in 4K, it downgrades the FPS, and it just ruins the gameplay. Like, this game is fast-paced. Like, you need to kill enemies fast before they kill you. And I like running in performance mode because, you know, it's a higher FPS. It's like, it runs around, like, somewhere around 40 or 50 frames per second. So that's very good. So yeah, I don't like playing this game in 4K. And since, you know, the game already looks beautiful without 4K, I'm fine with that. But I do like playing this game in HDR because, you know, there's already a lot of colors in this game. There's a lot of reds, there's a lot of blues, and a lot of greens. So yeah, this game is amazing with HDR. I just realized I talked too much about God of War in this video. I think it was like, this is like the third time is like just rambling about God of War. God of War is a good game, alright? This game is so good, like, you need to buy a PS4 Pro just to play God of War in performance mode. Like, resolution mode, it just looks disgusting. Now, unless you're not, you know, a snob like me who plays, you know, PC and expect their games to be 60, then yeah, you're not gonna, you know, give a shit about, you know, performance or, you know, FPS because you play all your games in 30 frames per second. Alright, this is the last time I'm gonna talk about God of War. So yeah, the PS4 Pro, is this a good upgrade? I'm gonna say, yeah, kind of. I mean, if you're gonna upgrade, then yeah, some of the games will perform better in the PS4 Pro. If you're getting this for 4K and HDR, it's pretty good. So yeah. Now if you're thinking, oh shit, this is like buying the PS5, like, no, it's not that much of a leap with graphics and all that shit. No, don't buy this if you're expecting like another generation. Now, as a PC user, would I recommend this to anybody who has a PC? Okay, if you're buying this expecting this to be the closest thing to a PC, no, this is not. All right, this console does is boost the resolution, give it HDR, and maybe in some games boost maybe FPS in the slightest. And also the 4K, it's not native. In some games it is native, but in most of the games it's just checkerboard, so it's just like kind of fake 4K. Now, if you're a PC user and you're buying this because you want to play God of War, Spider-Man, Last of Us 2, then yeah, go buy one. Now, if you really care about performance, maybe in some games, probably, you know, the exclusive PS4, they'll probably have a patch where they boost performance. Now, it's probably not going to be a big boost. It's probably going to give it like maybe 20 or 10 frames more. But yeah, go buy the PS4 Pro. If you don't really care about, you know, what's it called, 4K, HDR, boost performance, then yeah, just buy the Slim. So yeah, PC users, if you want to buy a PlayStation, you better buy it because the exclusives, or maybe, you know, you want a somewhat portable console to bring it to, I don't know, a friend's house or a family's house, because, you know, you don't want to bring your big ass PC to a friend's or family's house. Actually, I don't know, there's probably a bunch of crazy PC users, you know, like, oh, I bring my 40-pound PC to my grandma's house. But yeah, my experience with the PlayStation, I love it. I like it. Now, I know it's not as powerful as a PC, but it's just, a console's just different. Like, sometimes I just like the console because it just works. Like, there's no other bullshit. Like, in a PC, there's a lot of just, you know, just stuffs that randomly happens. Like, oh, error. Oh, you need to update your GPU. Okay, just did it. alright, now you gotta update your Windows. Like, what? There'll be times when I'm playing, like, Counter-Strike, and then Uplay says, oh, you don't have internet. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm watching, I'm listening to Spotify right now, and I'm lined into my Wi-Fi router. How the fuck do I not have Wi-Fi? It's just PC. It's just random stuff's happen. And don't give me that fucking bullshit excuse. Oh, I'm perfect. I never have, random errors, or, my PC saying I don't have internet. I'm completely perfect. It's like, all right, good for you. All right, don't be an asshole and think, oh, if I don't have a problem with my PC, everybody does have a problem with the PC, and if they do, well, they're lying. It's like, fuck you. Because in my video, oh god, the title is so long, PC, no, it was like console peasant tries PC for a year. That video, I was getting a bunch of shit, like, oh, I never get random errors whenever I put up a game, or, oh, the internet connection doesn't turn off and turn back on. It's like, alright, I understand, like, your PC experience is way better than mine's. Like, for me, yeah, it just randomly happens. It doesn't happen as much, but it's annoying as shit. But somehow, when I tell you guys my experience, and it's negative, and, oh, I'm the asshole, or, oh, I'm lying. Yeah, fuck me, right? But yeah, I like the console, but I'm not saying it's better, it's just different. The thing I hate about consoles that is in my head right now, download speed. Like, consoles, if you want to download a 30 or 40 gigabyte game, oh man, that's going to take the entire day. But for a PC, it takes somewhere around like 30 or 40 minutes, and maybe even less. So yeah, it's like download speed is just annoying. Like, oh man, it's like, oh god, Yakuza is like $5 right now, but oh my god, that's going to take like 5 days to finally download that. Another thing, some games I can't play it on the PlayStation no more. Like, no, not Counter-Strike, fuck. Rainbow Six Siege. Okay, so I love Rainbow Six Siege. I just love it. It's one of the best shooters of all time right now. But I was playing it on a PC. So when I played it on consoles with the DualShock controllers, it wasn't looking good. Like I could shoot and all that, but it just didn't feel good. Like the lock-on aim is too heavy in that game. Like sometimes I'm like, was I aiming him, or the game was aiming him for me? Like, I'm some type of retarded kid who needs help. But yeah, because of that, it doesn't feel satisfying. And plus the controls. Now, I'm not saying the controls are bad, but it's just like, I came from PC, and the PC controls just feel way more like a Twitch game. But in here, in the consoles, it feels more like a slow-paced game. But I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's just like I came from PC, and it was much faster and twitchier than in the consoles. So I might try it again when it's on sale. So in some games I just like it in the controller. Like in some games in the PC, you'd be like, oh, all your hands are in this side? Well, if you want to do this action, you're gonna have to put your finger in the J button. It's like, who am I, Mr. Fantastic? But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Like, now, I know in the beginning of this video, I kind of just made it sound like this was going to be a, PC user tries to be a console peasant, video, but this ended up being like a PC user reviews PlayStation Pro. I was trying to be the other way, but ended up being another way. So, yeah, this is basically a PlayStation Pro review. And yeah, I guess, okay, my verdict is, if you want a PlayStation and you don't have one, buy the Pro. It's a great upgrade. Now, if you do have a PlayStation, a regular PlayStation or a Slim, and you want to upgrade to a Pro, I would say no, unless you really want to play games in 4K, and some games you want to play it in a better performance. Then yeah, I guess, yeah, buy PlayStation Pro. Now, if you're a PC user and you want to buy a Pro because you think, oh, it might be as close, as powerful as, no, stop, all right? Don't buy it if you think that way. Now, if you're a PC user and you want to buy a console for the exclusives like God of War, Spider-Man, Last of Us 2, Shadow of Tsushima, yeah, I can't even, tissue. I think I just said tissue. If you're buying console for those, then yeah, buy a Pro if you want to play it in 4K and HDR. Or if you don't care and you want to be in the console experience, the 30 frames console experience, then just buy the Slim. If you want to be a broke boy. But yeah, if you want to buy the PlayStation, buy the Pro if you want the good experience. But now, if you're saving your money for the next PlayStation 5, but God of War looks really good and you want to play it right now, then yeah, just buy the Slim. If you want to play in the worst experience, then yeah, buy the Slim. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. Love my Pro, and I gotta buy external hard drive because 1 terabyte is not enough for a lot of games. So yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, follow me, Twitch, and Twitter. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you later. Bye.